Good day, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Murad Saeed. On this video, this is part 3 of replacing the evaporator on a 2018 Nissan Rogue. So stay tuned. Okay, first things first, before we start reassemble everything, we want to install this housing first and reattach the bar to the connection line, which is the AC line right here, So we're going to install this together, and then after that we're going to put it in vacuum and make sure it holds vacuum. So that's the first procedure you want to do first. Okay, so you want to make sure you pick the right size O-rings and make sure they match up with the same thickness and the same size. Okay, so we find this one matches with this and they're same thickness along with these two small ones. So this was the original, now we put in a new one, which is this one right here. Okay, so same size, same thickness, same size, same thickness. And as you can see, we have the new O-rings installed now. So our next step now is to clear out everything. And when I say everything, I mean clear out everything, because we're about to install this whole housing in. So we have enough room to fill it around, and we need to lift up this bar and reattach it to the alignment points here, which is this big alignment point here. So this is going to take like quite a while to get this whole thing back together. So stay tuned as I progress of reinstalling this whole thing inside. Alright, so I have everything positioned myself. So I clear out my chair and everything, so that way I could position this one onto that, and we're gonna lift up the bar. So just take your time. So I'm gonna take my time to get this thing together. Alright, so I got everything installed all together, as you can see, and now we want to test for vacuum. So I brought along with my vacuum pump and my digital manifold. We're gonna put this in vacuum for 20 minutes and see it will hold vacuum. So we're gonna start here, and then we're gonna open up these two knobs to put it on vacuum. So right now let's put it on vacuum now. We are at 25 and 26. 7, 28. So remember, this is a digital type. The one there is one with the analog type, which is the dial ones. Even it doesn't make any difference as long as they hold vacuum. You see any smoke coming out. Anytime you see smoke coming out, it means it's going to vacuum. So we'll leave it to a vacuum for 20 minutes and see it will hold. Alright, so I did a vacuum and I waited for like 20 minutes, and so far it's holding vacuum, which is good news, very good news, guys. And you look at this hose right here, you see how flat it is? So it's holding vacuum, which is good. This is what we wanted. So you can see it suck up all the moisture out. That is so wonderful. Everything looks good here. Connections are great, and I hope it stays like that. Already the new O-rings did a good job of holding everything all together, which is nice. And always remember, when you put in new O-rings, lubricate these O-rings, okay? Alright, so now our next process is reverse of everything. We're gonna put back everything now, starting with mounting these bolts here. We're gonna start plugging this, which is already there. We plug in these wires up there, and then and everything else. This one and this one doesn't have any harness, so this is just like an extra feature. I don't know what it is for. So it was like that. So this is, I don't know what is it for, but I will find out. Oh, it's right here. So this is for a module. There we go. belongs here. You gotta check around and make sure where it belongs to. You know, you want to left nothing behind on a 10. So this is empty, so this is nothing. These are for the glove compartments. That goes up there. So let's try to remember everything. Okay, so first things first, these wires goes on top of the dashboard. This is for the ambient sensor. That's for the speaker, so they go on top. This is for the glove compartment. All these wires here are for the center consoles and radios. This harness here, which is a relay, goes in the middle. As soon as we install the dashboard, we're going to install the air duct here and another piece here. There's one here installed already. And let's go to the other side. We have wires that's going in the center console here. Don't forget to plug in this one here as well when we install the center console and the harness. Ooh, watch out for this wasp here. It's coming around. All right, so, and then move along the other way. Let's go over everything. That's what we know. So we can know where they all go. We have all these screws here. All these 4 screws are for the steering wheel. These here are for the door latches here and other stuff. Oh, these screws here are for this bracket here. I just remember. That's why we need to go over everything. Screws for this one are for something to hold. I think it's for the radio or something, but we'll find out. We have these 2 screws here for holding the dashboard, which is this one here, I think. This one goes like that. All right, so we have other wires. We'll pull it out. This is for the buttons here on this side. That's for the OBD2. This is for the instrument cluster. That one goes to the center console as well. So we'll find out for that. And yep, so we'll progress first. But first of all, let's install all the bolts and everything and tie it up. And then we will start powering the dashboard. Alright, so I'm going to give you an update on what's happening here. Okay, so I installed the screw and the plastic back how it was. This harness is connected to this module right here. We connect these 2 harnesses as I explained before. Make sure everything is lined up on a line here. You want to make sure you want to connect these 2 wires, the 2 harnesses that control the HVAC unit, or else your AC will not work and you have to take out all those things again, which is a bad day. So let's go out around and see what's happening. As you can see, I put back the bolt right here. And let's see, now we have the screws are back in along with these 30mm bolts. We will put back these plastic caps down here. So these 2 install here. Alright. Now, next up is I want to bring the power steering back up again because we didn't take out these 2 plastic. So I'm gonna bring it back up and then reinstall the screw for them. So that way it's puts less weight. So let's do that now. Then we'll bring in the dashboard and install the dashboard. Alright, so we finally have the steering wheel up. And we have bolted up the 4 bolts already. And the nice thing about this that steering wheel, it has the thing you hook on, which is awesome. So you could just put it on and it stays up and you go mount up the 4 bolts. I've been working on the Nissan Juke for the past this week. It gave me a hard time putting up the steering wheel. And it was a fight, so yeah, I got through it. Okay, so next up is we were gonna install the dashboard now. So let's get it on and install the dashboard, and then we'll install the rest of the stuff back in. Alright, don't forget to install those brackets here down there along with the other side, which I already did. And they all tell me that we are sockets. So, and I think I mentioned you guys about reinstalling the air ducts again. Back are in this position. So don't forget those. I mount all these screws already for the AC unit. One there, one there. Yep. So now we're making progress. I guess we'll be ready now to install a dashboard now. Alright, so we want to double check everything and make sure everything is installed. All the brackets are installed, everything's installed. Double check everything as possible. Forget to put these 2 screws back, which is back on already, so it's a good thing we double check. There was a hidden screw for this one that holds this bracket as well, and we put it back as well. So that's why you gotta make sure we double check everything. And one important thing, guys, is make sure this hose is reattached to the HVAC unit, or else if you don't attach it, it's gonna leak out the water onto the carpet, which is a bad day for the customer. So always make sure we install the hose. This is a drainage hose. Reinstall a drainage hose and you'll be safe. Let's see what else need to be installed. Check out everything else. Check for clearance for all the wires. The OBD is for the bottom. Want to make sure all the wires are out, ready to install the dashboard. All right. I don't know what these wires for. This is a missing connection, but this is like for like extra features, like an extra features for this vehicle. Maybe there's like an XL or an S type or whatever it is, whatever it was. So like these 2 harnesses missing something. But in my previous video, if you look at it, there is no connection for that. Also, there's another one over there. Over here, it's missing a connection, which it doesn't have any wire harness for that connection. It's just the same thing as this side, so I don't know what they're for, unless there's something for extra feature for it. But yeah, because I checked on my previous video and they don't, I see everything was like that when I pull out everything, so everything should be fine. Let me have all the stuff back here. So we're going to install all of those plastic trims back installed, and radio and so forth. So right now we are going to install the dashboard now, and here it is. Here's the dashboard ready to install back inside this vehicle. So this is going to be a long fight and struggle, so be patient with that, and I'll come back to you guys when I finish installing it. Alright, so as you can see, I'm installing the dashboard back in, and you want to reroute the wires. As you can see, this side is for the speaker, because that's where the speaker goes, right here, and this wire goes back on these connection points, or these plastic trims here. As you can see, that goes in the hole. So you want to reroute all these wires back in. I'm going to go to the other side and finesse over there as well, so we get everything seated. Alright, as you can see, we're coming along with this dashboard. So I'm just like, I'm back and forth on the passenger and driver's side. I'm trying to make sure everything is, the dashboard is seated as properly as possible. And then after that, we route the wires and we're installing all the parts going in there. So let's get to it, guys. Alright, here's an update of what's happening now. The dashboard is finally seated. Thank God. This part is done. I have to bring the steering wheel column again because I'm trying to finesse inside, but the steering column is in the way. It was easier when I took it off, but the steering column's up, but now it's hard to put it back in, so now I have no choice but to take it down. So I really have to twist the steering wheel just to get access to the two screws and take out the 2 covers on top. So now there's more stuff to put back, but officially got the hard part in. So now the rest of the stuff is easy. Just screw on, put back the parts, screw on, plug in, screw on, and that's about it. So in order, and if you remember where everything goes together, you should know where everything goes together. So yeah, so now first things first, I'm gonna screw in this section here, and then the middle, and then over there, then replug in the plug in the airbag module for the passenger side. So I'll keep you updated on what I did so far. Okay, so you want to pay attention here. You don't put this on first. You gotta put the plastic in first to line out these two holes, and that latch goes on top here, and then we mount the two 10mm bolts and the regular Phillips here. Okay. Okay, so I finally installed all the screws back in the dashboard. One here, one on top of here. There we go. Two on this side, here and here. One goes here. You can see. Let's see if I can write down here. I think. No, right here. Here. And you got three more going here. 1, 2, and 3. And then one more on top of this way. And one goes here, right on top, as you can see, and one installed here. And that's about it here, guys. That's about it. That's about it. Now, gonna reinstall the stair column again, and then we're going to now install everything where it goes. Alright, as you can see, I got the stair column back up again, which is awesome. Now, I'm gonna stop here from now because it's been a long day. Today's Sunday, so I will see if I can continue this one on Tuesday or tomorrow, bit by bit. So maybe like tomorrow I install this one, and then another day I'll install the radio and all the supports thing and other stuff. So little by little, and then Thursday I should install this center console in, and along with the shift knob. All right, so see you guys on Monday, but for you guys it'll be a couple of seconds. So here I'm back again. Today's Tuesday, and I'm gonna continue on fixing up my brother's car, which is the Nissan Rogue. So I'm gonna show you where I left off. So as you can see, we have reinstalled back the two screws, one there and one over here. I'll show it to you. There's one up there. Here we go. So one there and one there, and I reinstalled the wire harnesses for the airbag module for the passenger side. So next up is I'm gonna install the two little speakers for here and on the other side. Two little speakers, and also I'm gonna put back the ambient light sensor and cover up this whole thing. So stay tuned as I do that. And let's see where they are. It's in a pile, so I'm gonna just dig in and look for it. So I'll keep you posted on this. Alright, as you can see, I installed the speakers and the two sensors. I think one is the ambient sensor, and then one controls the sensors for the headlights. So how you do is you put the speaker in first, and then you put this whole big panel right here, and then you connect the wires with these sensors and install it right back in. So as you can see, they're all connected on one side, and that's how you do it. So our next step now is we are going to install the consoles. We'll start at the bottom one first, and then we will start working on installing the cowls on each side. Alright, so I officially got the auxiliary and the cigarette lighter installed back. There are 3 plugs, 3 connectors for the bottom. Also the temperature unit system. I don't know what this is for. I heard it's something has to do with temperature, but there's an outlet for it. I think this is it right here, maybe. I think, let's see. Here we go. This belongs here. And the rest is for the AC unit controllers. This is for the radio. There's a radio. And most likely all this control unit controls the HVAC system. So right now this is done. So our next step now is we're going to install one of the pillars. I'm going to install the pillars. I think they're called cowls. I'm not sure what's the pronunciation for this. Okay, I'm going to call this one the side airbags. So I'm going to call this a side airbags trim. I'm going to install it right now on this side. And also I'll do it for this side. But I'm going to do it for this side first. So that way I can complete this side. So stay tuned. So I'll keep you guys posted of what I'm doing. So before I do the side airbag, I'm gonna install the glove compartment in. So let's make sure you connect the modules in. The harness for the module goes behind there. This one right here, and this one here goes right there. And then after that, you just push this whole thing on the inside there, which is I'm gonna show you soon. Okay, so when you finish plugging the harness and you're installing the glove, make sure you line up these points here. This one right here, as I show you, see this clip going to that hole, and all these going here, on top here, one here, and here. And then you just push it in gently, okay? Alright, so I got this installed properly. Make sure it's online. Properly flushed. Make sure everything is good in. Alright, so it's properly in now. Alright, so now we move on to the side airbag. Okay, so when installing these things back, and remember on the first part was I had a hard time taking it out. So all this time to take out these clips, like talking about those right here, this is what you gotta do. You take a long nose plier and you hold it here, and then you gotta twist it, and then you shove it in the hole like that. Once you shove it in all, and then you release it, it'll hold onto it. So you twist it and you put it in that hole and you untwist it. Just let go of your needle nose plier, and that's how you install these things. And as you can see, I got it installed again. See, no gaps whatsoever. Plain and simple. And it'll be a little struggle for you guys, but once you get used to it, you'll know what to do. Alright, so up next now is let's see here. Let's install the radios and the AC unit, and then we install the instrument cluster, and we're gonna install those buttons right here next. Alright, so as you can see, I have the radio installed properly and all the wire connections is back. I got the hazard light all installed with the harness as well. So I'm going to use up these 4 screws. And it's down here. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. This screw here, that goes right here. This screw here belongs here. That is holding the air duct all together. So it goes right in this little hole. Okay, so I will show you on my next clip. So stay tuned while I'm installing the radio. Alright, so I have all the screws installed already. So next up now, I'm going to install this AC unit. The AC control, or the HVAC controllers. Back up there is only 2 harnesses, so one goes here and one goes there. And there are the 2 harnesses, and then we're just pressing in with these clips. That's all there is. Nothing difficult. And we already installed the HVAC unit along with the harnesses all connected together. So now our next step now is, let's see, we're gonna screw back the glove compartment, and we're going to install the glove compartment itself. And these are the screws for them right here. And then we install this piece right here along with the HVAC, the air duct. I mean, not the HVAC, the air duct for the passenger side. And then I should be done with the passenger side. So now I'll be working on my way on the driver's side, replacing everything. So stay tuned on my next clip. All right, so I installed the screws all back in again. So on each holes. So they're all back inside now. So this glove compartment is done. So now I'm gonna get the glove compartment itself and install it. And then we're gonna install this piece here and the air duct. So when you're installing the glove compartment, there's like 2 hooks on the bottom. There are 2 hooks on the bottom. Just align it with the hooks on the bracket, and then you want to push this one in and the other side in, so you go push the glove compartment in and reinstall the damper, and then that's it. So, and then you close it. There you go. That's it. Simple as that. Now our next thing to do now is well, we get as much as done as possible for now. Let me see if I can install this piece here and the air duct. As of now, it looks like it's going to rain right now. So let me see if I can do this piece now before the rain starts. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So we're officially finally got the air ducts in, the glove compartment installed. This little piece right here is installed. And we got the side airbags installed as well. And here's the screw I was talking about. It was right here holding this air duct. The radio is installed, AC control unit is installed, the auxiliary port is installed. So this side is almost done. So I need to install the bottom piece down here and the cover here, but that will be the next time, which is tomorrow. So for you guys, it'll be a couple of minutes. So see you guys on the next clip. All right, guys. So we're back again to this Thursday, and it's 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to everybody. So we're gonna finish this up today because this interior is gonna be done today. So for this last piece, or the two final last piece of the passenger side, will be to install this piece here, which goes here, and then this long piece here, which I'm about to show you next. Okay, so pay attention to how I install these floor trims. This is for the passenger side. You want to pay attention to these clips here as well. Okay, so I think the first things first is you don't install this. This is going to be the second installment. You install that one first. Install in here, and then line up the hooks and everything all together, and then you install the side panels. So I'm on the installer now and show you the finished results. Alright, so you see how you do this. You gotta make sure this pin lined up here because you want to install this weather strip, and then in here make sure this hole lines up with the studs, and then I'll seat it down here as well. So now we just put the weather strip and then latch it up with these 2 notches all together with the weather strip right there. And this is the plastic clips that goes into the stud right in there. It goes right here. So you just shove it, press it in, and that's it. That's about it. But I'm gonna press it in better. Hold on. As you can see, I have already installed it. You just gotta make sure the hole is centered with the stud, and then you press in the clip in. It wasn't that hard. So now we're gonna install the door trims. So you just line up the clips with the clips here, and then make sure it's seated. Clear out everything out of the way. Make sure nothing is in the way, and then now we go press it gently. do. Now it's seated, and the weather strip is all back in properly. So we are officially done with the passenger side now. So now let's work on our way with the driver's side. Alright, so let's see what needs to be done first here. Okay, so we have the steering wheel back up already, so that's nothing to be concerned about anymore. So now we need to bring this wire harnesses up there where it belongs and hook it up with these clips back up there. One goes there and one goes here. And then we will start putting the brackets for this one, go on top with the 4 screws. And then we install everything back, all the trims and everything. And then after that, we will work on our way with the side, with the center console. So we have the bracket installed. So now there's a 10mm socket. We just screw it in all 4 sides. All right. So next up, we're going to install back the instrument cluster and the regular screws for them. It's right here. So the instrument cluster is down there. Okay, so here's the instrument cluster. We're going to install that first, and then followed by installing the trim for it. So when you install the instrument cluster, make sure you reconnect back the harnesses. So I think this one goes here. There we go. So it's going on this side reversible, and this one goes here. Alright, this is all set, and now we are just positioned in there. Now you just install the 2 screws. One goes in this hole, and the other one goes in that hole right there. And then you just screw it up. Alright, so now I have the screw installed. So next up is installing the trim. And this is the trim right here I'm going to install. So you just line up the pins, the clips in, just align it, and then just clip it on. That's it. No screws or anything required. Make sure these things are seated in properly. Alright, so when you're installing these type of trims here back in, you want to bring this steering wheel column latch down, and then bring the whole steering wheel up towards you so that we can finesse the entire trim on the inside. So as you can see, I got everything outside. Just make sure you keep this one on the outside so that we can clip in with this piece right here, because this one goes on top like that, and then it goes on the clip with these holes. So these clips I'll show you. This one, these clips goes on top of these holes as soon as I install the steering wheel column trims. And that's about it. So our next job now is to install the push start button and then connect the 2 harnesses there. Alright, so here's the start and stop button. This is the 2 connections, the brown one and the little one down here. You just line it up, connect these 2 harnesses here, as you can see, and they just clip it on these holes. So clip on these holes, make sure all the pins are lining up, and you just push it in. These are like the alignment points, so you can know how to put it in. So I'll show you the finished results. Alright, as you can see that I made one little mistake. It's not a big mistake. Before install this one, I have to take out the AC control out, because when installing this one, there's another hook, another clip to install. Is for the part of the AC control. So now that this was installed and that is installed all together, so you install the whole AC control. So like if we do any job like this, the first thing is first you take out that one, then you take out this one, and then you take out the entire glove compartment like that. That's the basic order of doing this job. All right, so our next piece now is to install the whole cover down here. So I'm gonna get that now. We're almost finished. Almost there, we're almost finished. So let's get this piece out and get everything connected. So this is it right here. And these are the buttons and the harnesses need to be reconnected. You have the green, blue, and gray. And these big wires here. And the OBD goes here, like that. And we'll have to bring down, well, the latch is down, so when we install all this one, then we put back all these things together. So this goes down here, and then we're gonna line up all the wires all together. You know, there is no confusion or anything like that. So let's put it together and see the finished results. Alright, so as you can see, we have all the wires installed in alphabetical order by color code. And you know something about this is you don't have to unplug these two. This is not necessary because they're all connected to this big harness right here. So you just unplug this one and that's it. And then you unplug the blue one and the white one and the gray one. That's about it. And then we just put all this together. Alright, so as you can see, we got that one in now. So now we're gonna bring out the hood latch and then put it in there. Make sure you line it up. The two holes goes through these two holes, and you install the two screws right here. They're like 10 millimeters, so 10 millimeter bolts. There you go. And now below, you just screw it in with the screws. We'll finish this here. We'll see the finished result. Alright, so now everything looks good. Now we're coming closer to finish up the driver's side now. As you can see, it's all looking good now. So now we're gonna install this one here. This is the trip button and light adjustment for their instrument cluster. So only one outlet there, and then you just clip it in all together. That's it. And it goes right here. There's the harness for it, and you just clip it in. Alright, so when you're installing this one, you wanna pull this one back out again just a little to accommodate the alignment points right down here, because this goes behind. And then once you get that in, then you push the remaining back on, and that's how you do it. So now we're going to install the air duct for the driver's side and the driver's side airbag trim. So the air duct goes in here. Just be mindful of these clips here. Make sure it goes in easily and not any damaging. So you just shove it in gently. Okay, so there you go. That's it. It was that simple. Unlike this one gave me a lot of problems, but I got that one in. But this one went inside very easily, and that's it. And there's no screw for that, so yeah. But it's so strange that this one has screw and this one does not. I guess that's just how the manufacturer is today. So now we're gonna install the driver's side airbag trim, and then we'll put the cover here and the trim down here. So to install this one is the same thing as installing the other side. So you just get the needle nose plier, and then you want to twist the hook here to line up the holes here, and then you just put it in and then you untwist it. As simple as that. And after that you just close it in. So as you can see, you got the driver's side airbag trim installed. So now it's live already again. So next up, we're gonna put the cover here and then we'll install the trim down there. And then up next is to install the center console. Yay! This job is about to be finished soon, guys. Alright, so I got the driver's side floor panels installed. It's plain and simple. It's the same thing as I show you on the passenger side. Easy and simple. It's easy and simple. Just make sure you line up everything, and then when you install this one, you take out this weather strip, so you can install a hook. There's like a little hook here. You line up with the metal, and then you install this weather strip. And after that, you install these things, and make sure you clip in that clip in there properly as well. So as you can see, everything looks good now. So our next step now is to install this centerpiece console right now. So let's do that. Alright, so when you're bringing on the center console, there's procedures of reinstalling this center console trim. Because first things first, you want to line up the air duct with this one, which is this one there. As you can see, this one here, because this one goes on the other side to the arm for the back seat. So when you bring it down, be mindful of it. You want to take out everything out of the way, center the wires in so that way properly, so it goes in inside like that. Then you want to bring it down gently. As you can see, we're going to bring it down, so, and then you want to push it back a little bit because you want to do a little lifting, and then you want to lift it in, and then you want to shove it in to line up with this air duct. As you can see, we have the position in like that. So make sure this thing goes in there, and then you want to do like a lot of finessing and adjustment. So make sure everything is out of your way so we could do the installation of this center console. Alright, so as you can see, I have it inside, and then you may want to raise up this side up. So this side, you want to raise it up to have this thing, this front piece inside to go through in the shift stick. And then after that, we're gonna push it in to line up the air ducts with this air duct here. So you want to get closer just to make sure everything's in there properly. Alright, so as you can see, I got the center console in properly. Now you just want to make sure all the holes are lined up. Just good. This is what we wanted it. All those are on the other side. Make sure they're all lined up as well. And let's check the ones behind. Just want to make sure that lines up as well. Just make sure, as you can see, make sure they all line up. And we want to bring that up as well, so we can push the chair up, because we want to make sure you want to check the back as well. Okay, got it up. Now let's check behind. As you can see, that one's lined up as well. So now we're ready to install the screws for those, and we'll install the the last piece on the back, which is this one here, and then we'll clip it, and then we're done. All right, so now we're going to install all the screws for the center console, which is all of them right here. So just grab a handful of it. We're going to install one by one. So we're going to install the two here, and then two in the middle, and there's another two on top right here. Make sure those are lined up as well. Make sure everything lined up properly, it should be, and then I'll show you the finished result of everything. All right. Well, I've been through hell with that center console. OMG. Because I had a hard time lining up that screw right here, the last one, because it was, I don't know, the tabs were like, was out of alignment. I have to adjust everything properly and do it correctly and all that stuff. But finally, I officially got it. It took me an hour to figure it out what's going on with that screw. But like I say, when dealing with something like this, I always look carefully, make sure the tabs are lined up with the holes, make sure the tabs are all the way on the inside and they're perfectly straight to get that screw in, which is already got it. Also the other side, so it's now fully firmly tight. And yeah, that's how we do it, guys. And I was losing air in there. My God, especially on a hot day. So anyway, now we're gonna install this piece right here, the back piece, which is, you just gotta line it up like that. Make sure it's in there properly. All right, so as you can see, I got a piece in. Now we're gonna put in this piece here in the middle. And we're gonna install the shift knob and all that stuff. So I'm gonna reconnect the battery so I can pull this chair back and get these plastics out of the way. All right, so let's pull the chairs back now, and we work in the middle. Get the shift knob and everything installed. So reconnect the battery. Alright, so the batteries connect. Then we pull the chair back. Alright, and now we're going to disconnect the battery so we can save battery life. There you go. And now we fix up everything. And especially disconnect the battery so that way we can wire up everything all together. So now, to fix this one, you're going to have to line up the harnesses with that. With these two clips. And make sure you route the wires where they belong. So I'm going to show you after I do it. Just don't forget to install the two wires underneath here. That's for the USB and the cigarette lighter or the cigarette charger. So just don't forget to do that. And then these two harnesses is for the for this one right here. As you can see, now it's installed fully. So now next up is this piece right here goes on top of that one. Alright, so be careful. You want to make sure you plug in this harness that we all mentioning on the first part. And then the clip tab goes on top of that one. And then you fit in the sleeve inside. And that's how you do it. And just fit it in, okay? Alright, as you can see, we got it in and plugged in. Now we're going to install the shift knob. Let's just see if I can reach it from back there. There it is, the shift knob. There we go. So this is the shift knob here, and make sure we're going to pull out this clip and then we're going to line up on top of it. So we're going to pull this clip out and then we're going to line up with the latch here. This is a latch we're going to line up. And this is where you're going to install the clip. I wish I could show you guys, but unfortunately it's me working alone, and I'm gonna need both hands to install everything all together. But you get the picture. Alright, as you can see, we have the clip installed and this pull. So just make sure it's pulled. So now we're gonna raise up this sleeve here, and we're gonna install it gently. Make sure. I'm gonna need both hands again, guys, so hold on. And here you go. I just slap it in properly, and that's about it. So now the center console is officially done, but whatever, not quite yet, because we're gonna install this other piece, the two side panels, and then center piece is done, and then the entire interior is done except for the steering wheel column. Alright, so I get all the side panels in. Now this car is officially done, except for this one. But what I want to do first is connect the heater core lines, and then we're gonna bleed out the air system first with the blue coolant. So I'm gonna take this out, that part out of the way. So let's reconnect the heater core lines and then bleed out the system, and then we're gonna start the engine. Alright, so I officially got the heater core lines on. So now let's start bleeding out the coolant. I don't have much coolant left on me for this vehicle. So let's open up this. As you can see, it's empty now because we drained out most of the coolant parts. So if this core is not enough, we're gonna have to purchase some later. Alright, so I got the coolant top off now. We're gonna leave it open for a while until we bleed out the system. And we're gonna put this one back here on the floor. Alright, so let's get everything cleared all out of the way. And just put this cowl just inside for a while. Let this thing start up. This one here. And get the keys. Alright guys, this is officially completed for now. So now I got all the steering column in. So now the moment ultra of starting this vehicle. Check on to make sure there's no coolant leak. So far there's no coolant leak. I was hearing that squeaking, so all of a sudden the rear wiper was on. So let's turn that out. Alright, so we're going to swing the steering wheel to the right, so we install the screw. So let's install a screw for the left and the right. Alright, we got the both screws on. So now we are officially done with the interior. So, and I start the car and it sounds good. There's still a charge to the battery, which is awesome. And I let it run for a while. The coolant went down a little bit. Alright, so make sure this one's good. Put the remaining coolant inside just to fill it up. So this coolant is empty now. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to purchase some more coolant, but I'm not gonna buy the Nissan brand, but you could use any blue coolant, like the Zyrex or the other brand, but make sure it's a blue coolant that's recommended for this vehicle. So I'm gonna get some tomorrow, and then we're gonna bleed up some more air. So picture this is garbage now. So we're just gonna cap it back up again, and then we'll continue this video on the last series. So there you have you guys. This is the end of part 3. Stay tuned for part 4 when we're gonna bleed out the air for the coolant. Also, we're gonna put it to vacuum and charge up the AC. Get this AC nice and running, and the car will be fully completed. So stay tuned for in our next video. As always, folks, you guys take care. One love, and enjoy the 4th of July, and have a great day. One love. Peace out.